Actually, so yeah, this is working. So I use my smartphone when recording or how should I say when creating episodes of my podcast. But actually, so this time, so I wasn't trying to create my own episodes of podcast, but and I mean on my own smartphone. But actually, so this time, so the the internet connection isn't working well. So which is why, so I'm worried. I'm trying to connect. I'm trying to connect. Or I'm trying to log into. I'm trying to login Anchor on the internet of my computer, but actually the internet connection or the online connection in this place is not working well. So which is why, so I'm still I'm still having trouble on the internet connection. Anyway, so hello everybody, I'm Richard Gong of Work to Live podcast version. This time, wait a moment please, I forgot to launch my own note for remembering what to talk about. So I take notes or I take notes and I write writings on OneNote. So by reading which I can retrieve what to talk about, because I'm speaking clumsily, and that is not only because I'm a non-native speaker of English language, but actually, so I have been busy today, so which is why, so I'm tired, and I'd like I'd like to fall asleep soon enough, but actually, so anyway, I'm thinking of finishing this episode for a short time, or in a short time. So the topic is, or the title is, how do you get sexual pleasure in the anus? And the conclusion is, how to use propositions in English is difficult. So there are many propositions, and by the way, so I'm thinking this episode is this episode is so what I this episode is what I'm going to create by borrowing the manner or the way of Mr. Hiroyuki Nishimura creating videos, or creating live videos of YouTube, which means, so I could log in Anchor on online of online version on my own computer, which is what I'm saying. So finally I could log in the website of Anchor. So there was a the internet connection wasn't working well, which is why I couldn't log in, or I couldn't I had trouble. I had trouble in signing into my own account of Anchor. But actually, finally, I could log into, or I could signing into. I could not I could signing into, but I could sign into my own account of Anchor. Finally, I could log in. Anyway, so it's really how should I say, but not the breathtaking, but actually, so maybe I had a good luck, which is why I could log into this website anyway, and it's working. The internet connection is working slowly, and so I have to drink my own alcoholic drink, because I have stuff to do tomorrow. Anyway, so cheers, and I have to the meaning is, my body has to digest or process the alcohol inside my own body, so to enable my body to process, or if perfectly has not digression, not diagnosis, but digest or process the alcohol inside my own body, I need to drink earlier. And this time, I'm thinking of enjoying my own alcoholic drink from just directly from the can. And this time, what I'm drinking is Hyoketsu, created by a company named Kirin, which is a quite famous company in my country, and the taste is Sicilian lemon. Wait a moment, please. I don't know whether this is a correct name or not. Sicilian. I don't know. Is this a correct word in English language? And internet connection isn't working well, and it's working. So I used a search engine of Google, and yeah, Sicilian, I think, is a correct term or correct word for describing. Yeah, Sicilian. Anyway. And so, please don't worry about it. I still remember that, you know, I have to talk about English propositions, and, you know, if you ask me, you know, what English prepositions are, I'm sorry, I have stumbled. If you ask me what English prepositions are, so the answer is in, on, at, and between, or around, or stuff like those words, or the words like them are English prepositions, and others are, for example, wait a moment, please. Among is one of those English prepositions. English prepositions. I'm thinking of you. I'm using Google engine is searching the prepositions of English language. And by the way, Sicilian is a correct term. And the English prepositions, yeah, it's alright. Anyway, so how those prepositions are related to is that, you know, I'm sorry, I wasn't speaking English well, so you know, anyway, you'd like to know what kind of relationship is established between English prepositions and how to get sexual pleasure in the anus. So, you know, this is that. So what I'd like you to know in this time is that, you know, it's not so important, and to start with, there's no importance in the topic I'm going to speak out in this episode, and that is so, you know. Anyway, English propositions is difficult, which is what I'd like you to know, and there's an example which is the sexual pleasure you can feel in the anus if you're a man. I mean, so, you know, as I have told you, you know, it's possible to feel sexual pleasure in the anus when your prostate. Wait a moment, please. Prostate is the correct word for, you know, describing, yeah, prostate. You know, if your prostate is stimulated by a dominatrix, for example, you know, by a bar-shaped stuff being inserted into your anus, for example, you know, please imagine such a situation, and for example, and, you know, so please imagine a situation in for example, your girlfriend is raping your own anus, and your girlfriend has inserted some bar into your anus, and your prostate is continuously stimulated by that bar, which is a situation I'd like you to imagine. So in such a situation, it is true that you can feel sexual pleasure in your anus, and but actually, so if you focus on sexual pleasure flowing into your for example into your organ by which or with which you can feel sexual desire, or by which through that flow, for example, so through you need some kind of influx from which you can get sexual pleasure. And so please imagine such an abstract image, or please imagine such a picture of understanding. So anyway, there's a flux, there's an influx there, or there's a flow coming from your own anus, and flowing into coming into your own brain, for example, just like the pleasure of marijuana, for example. Please imagine such a situation. And so, in such a perspective, what you may say in such, if you are in such a situation, in this hypothetical situation, you'd say, you are feeling, for example, you are feeling sexual pleasure from your anus, because sexual pleasure is coming into your own anus, or sexual pleasure is coming out of your own prostate and it's flowing into your brain, for example. If you imagine such a type of sexual pleasure, you can say so. You can use from, and if you focus on, if you think like, there's a point. There's a point on which you can feel, or there's a point at which you can feel sexual pleasure, and if you find prostate at a dot or point, so you can say that you feel your own sexual desire at anus, or at the anus, or on the anus, because what you feel comes from some dot-like organ, which is prostate in such a case. But actually, so if you'd like to explain that, so you are feeling, or you are on high situation, or you are on an excited situation, and you are feeling a sexual desire on the prostate, or at the prostate. At the prostate. So in such a case, at and on can be options for for choosing propositions. But actually, so what you are going to say has the same meaning. What you are going to say has the same meaning. Whichever propositions you are going to use in such a situation in which your asshole is being raped, or your asshole is so raped or sexually assaulted, in which so please imagine that there's a dominatrix, or there's a sadistic mistress who is going to insert her own dildo into your own asshole, and she has and seconds after she inserted her own dildo into your own anus, and you are feeling comfort you are feeling comfort from the dildo inserted by your girlfriend or by your mistress. And in such a case, you can feel your own sexual desire in the anus and at the anus or on the anus or from the anus. So when it comes to using two, you can feel your own sexual desire to the anus because so dildo is inside dildo in such a situation. Dildo has already been inserted into your own anus, and the tip of dildo has reached prostate, the prostate or your prostate. So thinking about which, so you can feel sexual desire to the anus or from or to the prostate. Such as it's possible to choose to for a proposition where for a proposition, and by using which, and you can describe where you are feeling where you are feeling the comfort coming given by that sadistic lady anyway. So but actually, so whichever propositions you use, there's a maybe what you are going to tell is just one thing, which is you are happy or you are excited, but you are excited at a situation in which you are raped or you are fucked, you have the asshole fucked or raped or sexually played or sexually teased by your own girlfriends, for example, by your own sadistic girlfriends, such as it's possible to say such a thing. So, which means in such a sense, it's also possible to say that so the choices of propositions or choosing propositions is really difficult. It's possible to say so, which is what I'd like you to know this time. And maybe I have to fall asleep today because I have stuff to do tomorrow. So I'm thinking of, and to start with, I have to get my own dried washed clothes. And I not maybe you don't know, but actually, so I'm using a dryer for drying my own washed clothes and washed and wet clothes. So which is fine. So I have to take them. So I have to, and which is why. So it's fine to just to pause, or just to stop this recording. It's fine to just to stop this recording, and it's fine to restart this creating this episode again. It's fine. There is such an option, but actually, so I'm not thinking of starting this recording again. So after stopping this recording, I'm thinking of falling asleep today because I have already been tired from the work today. So wait a moment, please. This time, before actually ending this episode, I'm going to tell you the title and the conclusion of this episode. And the title is How do you get sexual pleasure in the anus? And the conclusion is how to use prepositions in English is difficult, which is what I'd like you to know this time. So however you feel your own sexual desire from in the anus or from the anus or at the anus or on the anus, and what type of sexual pleasure you can feel if you have, or if you get your own assholes, so teased or stimulated or raped or sexually assaulted by your own sadistic girlfriends, or by your own sadistic sadistic ladies or girls who are not your own wives or who are not your own girlfriends. Anyway, but actually, anyway, so if you have some masochistic desires, please enjoy such a situation. And but actually, so if you are not masochistic people, so you should do something for them. And what am I talking about? Anyway, so I don't tell you what to do for if you had such situation. But actually, so I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do for you. So because I'm in my own country. By the way, my country is located in East Asia, and my country is developed country in East Asia. So that's it. Thank you very much for listening. See you.